writing the novel and those kind of writing vlogs are definitely coming up. I've never had a writer request a script from me randomly out of the blue. Otherwise, it was just really nice to have someone ask for a new draft of something that I wrote. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name is Olivia and I'm a writer. Today is going to be just kind of like a writing vlog throughout this week. I need to get a script edit done and send to a writer who asked for our latest update, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to be working on my kid's script as well as I'm going to provide some updates on my novel and some things I want to change about it, and we'll need to kind of write and redo, so I'm going to update you on that because in November it was all content related to the novel, so I feel like I should give some updates on that because it is still something I'm pursuing. First, we're going to go to the library and do some updates on my script. It's an 11-minute kid script, so I'm gonna do, I think this will probably be my 6th draft of it, and I need to have it done by the end of this week to send to this writer. I don't know, it could lead to something, it could not. Either way, that's pretty exciting, so I need to finish that today. So I'm gonna go for a walk on this little cold snowy morning and head to the library, so let's go. Okay, so we are back at my home. I did about 6 pages of the new script. The whole script entirely will be around like 12 pages-ish, so I'm halfway there. So far it's going so good. I think the new changes that I was given has actually been very helpful in kind of expanding the story more and the imagination of it. So just to share like some advice I was given. So as like a new writer, when I hand this off to agents, a kid's script specifically, there are a lot of rules that need to be followed, especially in like preschool, because you never want to teach kids like the wrong behavior or anything like that. And it also has to be educational. So I have to adjust a few things just because I had a couple things of like kids not wanting to eat their veggies as like a little joke, but I couldn't put that in because it actually, you don't want anything that makes a parent go, oh, now my kids aren't going to want to eat their veggies, that kind of thing. So it is really like specific. So I'm fixing those little things. But for the sake of what I'm writing right now, I was talking to the writer and she's like, right now, just worry about the behavioral stuff that you show to make sure that's all good. But for what she wants in the moment, she just wants to hear my voice as a writer. So to not be too hard pressed on the rules per se, like the only thing right now I have to worry about is behavioral stuff and making sure the lesson that I have within it is being taught in a nice way. So there are like nitty gritty stuff that I think I'll miss just because I don't quite know them yet. But she said for new writers, when she reads their script, she doesn't necessarily expect them to know all of the rules. She just wants to make sure I get the general kind of gist of it and to hear my voice as a writer, more importantly, and my comedic styles and everything like that. So that's kind of what I'm working on today. And the point of this revision, just give you a heads up. I didn't really explain that before. I was really tired, sorry. I had not waken up yet. I also went book shopping and I was like, I'm not gonna go book shopping, but whenever I go to this neighborhood, there's the bookstore that I shop at, because I try not to shop at like the big stores. Like in Canada it's Indigo, I know in like the US it's like Barnes and Nobles, I think, but there's this really nice independent bookstore in the neighborhood I like to hang out in. So I got 2 books, so I'm going to share with you the books I got, my tiny book haul. I got Legends in Lattes by Travis Baldree. I've been meaning to read this because of course it's very popular. I'm sure you've seen online. It's just like a cozy fantasy, and right now I'm reading Trust of the Emerald Sea, which is a cozy fantasy as well by Brandon Sanderson. And I'm just really feeling cozy fantasy vibes right now, so I'm probably going to continue with this. Like I just read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I feel like I've been reading heavy stuff, or at least like plot heavy stuff, so I just want to read something a little fun thing that's nice and cozy. And then I got Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, and it's kind of like a sapphic Bridgerton essentially, so I thought that could be really fun. I really love Regency era romances. Whenever I read romances, I prefer them to be in that era as opposed to contemporary, so I thought that could be very fun to read too. So that's what I got. So this is my tiny little book haul. But yeah, so we're gonna get back to writing. I'm gonna do it at home. Also, I just want to share, I got a ring light to help light my space better. I feel like so far I've been like needing to film during the day because I have this huge window that gives me a lot of natural light, but I'm slowly starting to like invest in upping the quality of my YouTube. I think audio is next. I would like to get a shotgun mic, and then eventually I have my eyes on like a particular lens that I could use that'll make it look nicer. Yeah, I just want to share. And I want to get better at my editing skills and like all that kind of stuff. So just want you to know, slowly, very slowly, my YouTube will start to get better in terms of quality. It's just, that's a slow financial investment. But I did get a ring light, so hopefully all my stuff will be better lit. But I am still learning how to light spaces, so bear with me. Thanks. January 10th, and my personal deadline is to send it to the writer tomorrow. She said I could send it to her at the end of the week, but I would like to have it in for tomorrow. And yesterday before work, I didn't film it or anything, but I kind of stayed in bed throughout the morning before my shift and finished the script. So the full draft is done. So this morning I'm going to read it all and edit it now that it's all one thing, and just see what works, what doesn't, punch stuff up. And then later on at 2 o'clock, a bunch of my friends are actors. If you're new to my channel and don't know a lot about me, I went to acting school originally because that was my goal, but then it switched over to writing. And so I have a bunch of friends who are actors, so some of them have been very kind enough to give me some of their time. So we're going to hop on like a Zoom call this afternoon, and they're going to do a script reading of it for me, just so I can hear it being said by actors. You know, they can like go full out with the script, and I can see what lands, what doesn't, what sounds kind of jumbly, and any sentence that sounds kind of off, because sometimes I feel like you can read it and it looks fine, and then you hear someone say it, not just say it out loud, but then you hear an actor say it and see what they can do with it, and if it's kind of flat, then I want to change it. And then later tonight I'm going to send it to 2 other people just to read the script and give me notes on the script as like a last kind of look. And then tomorrow I will send it in to this writer and see what happens, see if anything comes from it, if anything doesn't. But I've never had a writer reach out to me and ask for another draft of a script before, and usually that's a pretty good sign. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that maybe something comes out of it. If not, that's okay too. Otherwise, it was just really nice to have someone ask for a new draft of something that I wrote. So yeah, so that's the plan for today. So let's get started on rereading the new draft and doing any grammar edits, and yeah, just make it, I think I need to tighten the dialogue a bit more, so I'm going to do that specifically and kind of go in with those kind of notes and then see what pops up. So that's the goal for right now. And so I've got my little cup of tea, and let's have a little editing morning. Okay, so the script reading is done. I got some good notes. I had one like grammar thing that needed to be fixed, and someone gave like a quick little line suggestion, which was just switching literally one word that just kind of like punched up the line. So that was actually really good, so I was happy to hear that. And other than that, I will wait for the other people to give me notes on just like reading the script. But from the actor's side of it, they didn't really give anything about anything sounding weird, just that one line. So yeah, that's good. Feeling good about it. So gonna wait for those other lines and then send it off tomorrow to the writer. So I'm just popping in again because I promised novel updates, and that whole process, writing the novel and those kind of writing vlogs are definitely coming up. I'm going back to it, but I've learned through the process of writing it. I've been writing it in third person, and very soon into November I realized that's not how the story should be told. It definitely should be first person. And originally I knew in the back of my head, that this needed to be a first person story, but I love reading third person more. So I really wanted to write in third person, but not to say I don't love first person stories, I still do, but I really didn't want to write one. But now I'm writing the story and I'm like, there's no way I can really tell the story if it's not first person, it feels like, and I feel like I should just follow my gut there. And I got about 8 chapters in, so I mean I'm gonna have to redo those anyway when I do second draft, third draft, fourth draft, so on and so forth, but I think I'm gonna start from scratch, and I think I'm going to go back kind of to my outline and really start planning it in depthly, even more so than what I was before. So we're gonna go back and do some more writing vlogs and preparing and outlining and learning that along the way, as well as rewriting our first draft and actually completing it, just because I'm redoing it. And I've also learned other aspects of the story that I want to include in it as well. So I think I jumped into November not having it planned, but not super planned, but I am very much a planner, and I was just kind of doing it fast so I could get to November to participate in the National Novel Writing Month. So I'm now gonna do what is really best for me that I didn't give myself time for at the end of last year, and go back to the drawing board. So we're gonna have like a lot of outlining novel stuff this year, and my goal is to finish the first draft this year, or at least get a really good way through, or at least like 75% through it is really my goal. So there's gonna be a lot of novel content coming up. Just right now I need to focus on the screenwriting for the month of January, and I mean we'll do other screenwriting throughout as well, but I know this is very much a book writing and reading channel as well, so there's gonna be a lot of those kind of writing vlogs coming up. So that is the update on that. But as we know, for this week it is screenwriting, but there is your novel update, more to come. Good morning, it is Thursday now. Yesterday I received all my notes back. Now I have everything. I actually didn't get too many notes. I'm gonna go to a cafe downtown and make those edits and then send it along to the writer. Let's go to the cafe and do the final edits and submit it, and fingers crossed she likes it. I don't know if anything's gonna come out of this, but I've never had someone ask for my writing before, and that feels like a huge step forward, so that's really nice. So let's do this and cross our fingers that she likes it. Out into the snow. Everything is submitted now. It's done, it's sent in, I feel good about it, and I don't know, we'll see what comes out of it. Regardless, that seems like an accomplishment within this whole experience of being an emerging writer, and I really enjoyed having a little deadline too. Anyway, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I changed my handle, by the way, so it's no longer what you'll see in the other videos. And I'll also have it linked down below. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe for more. I post here every Sunday, book content and writing content, of course. So we'll be back again next week with something else. I'll see you then.